Hello, friends from the interweb. Thidumgamer here with another game review. This week I am reviewing the card and dice game Fartzilla. Now, as I had said in my unboxing video, this is a game that was created by a 6-year-old Felix. He had taken it around, he loved playing it, and he wanted to bring it to more people. So he went and produced a few copies, game grade copies of the game. Now, the game is rather quick to pick up. It's very fun. It's, well, as I said before, it's a card and dice game. Not a normal box to hold the game in. We have a little fanny pack to carry it around. That makes it a little fun there. The game did come with different cards, dice, a box to hold the cards in so they don't get smashed in the fanny pack. And little card holders there, little card stands if you want to use them. The card game itself, you have 3 types of cards. You have your villain cards, you have your building cards, and your superhero cards, and we'll go into how those work when we go through the gameplay. On top of that, well, and a rule card there. On top of that, you have 3 6-sided dice that have the numbers 1 through 3 on it, and a 6-sided dice that has different symbols on it. Now, these symbols correspond with a different villain, such as that would be Fartzilla. Now, these 6 villains that you have, we have Fartzilla, Captain Toenail, Laser Zombie, Bad Phone, Professor Toilet Paper, and Chicken Power-Up. This game can be played with up to 6 players, 2 to 6 players. And from what I played, the playthrough is no different playing 2 players or 6 players, other than the fact that you go through the building deck quicker. Now, to start the game, each player will go ahead and pick the villain that they want to play. We'll just go ahead and start with Fartzilla. And once every player has chosen their villain, the player to go first will go ahead and draw 3 cards off the top of the deck. Scoot some stuff over so we have room. 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're going with Fartzilla, and we'll get into that stuff here, the superhero, in a second. Now, after choosing to do 1, 2, or 3, you can just pick 1 building, but you can go up to 3 if you want. You'll roll the 4 dice. And what we are looking at is, number 1, we did not roll Fartzilla's power-up. Not that big of a deal. Had we rolled the power-up, we would have won the hand automatically. But since we didn't, we'll go ahead and tally up the score on the dice, 2, 4, 5, and compare it to the number of stories, the numbers right there on the top of the cards. So 3, 4, 5. I didn't roll higher than the 3 cards there, so I don't win that round. We'll go ahead and take those 3 cards, put them in a discard pile. Once the discard pile gets filled up, or once we're out of cards in the deck, we go through and reshuffle them and keep going until players have won all cards. Now, had you drawn a superhero card along with the 2 building cards, we don't look at what the score on the building cards are. The only way we can beat this round is by rolling our villain's power-up to beat the superhero. So again, for Fartzilla, you would want this little green cloud. Captain Toenail has a pirate hook. Laser Zombie has a boxing glove. There you are. Oh, come here. So, Laser Zombie would have the boxing glove. Professor Toilet Paper, and I just saw that one, has the toilet paper roll. Bad Phone is a phone. And then finally, the Chicken Power-Up is... and having difficulty picking up the card. Hold on a second. There we go. The Chicken Power-Up is the Lightning Bolt. Play goes through. Each player takes turns rolling the dice, trying to win the buildings, if they roll the dice higher than the buildings, they keep the cards. If not, the cards are put in the discard pile, and the next player draws cards. Once all the cards are gone, either you can run through the deck once, or if you want to make the game a little bit longer, you can shuffle in the discarded cards. Once all the cards are gone, players count up their scores, and their scores are the numbers on the top of the card. Now, the superheroes don't give you any points towards your score. They're just annoying. But it's a fun little mechanic to throw in there. Tally up the points on the cards that you've collected, and whoever has the most points wins the game. Now, as I said, this game was created by a 6-year-old. This game is a game for all ages. As long as the child is old enough to handle cards and you think is all right to handle dice without trying to eat them, go for it. This is a fun game. It's a easy game to pick up, and you know, kind of helps with counting for the younger children. Simple addition. Players, as I said, you can play up to 6 players. The number of villains that we have there. And game time, from the few hands that we play tested with a few different things. Game time, whether it's 2 players or 6 players, usually runs about 10 to 15 minutes. As I said, if you want to make the game a little longer, go ahead and shuffle the cards back into the deck. If you want a shorter game, just go through the deck once and tally up your points at the end of that. It's a fun game. If you get a chance, definitely recommend. I don't know if they're going to be creating any more, but as I said, I will have a link to their YouTube video in the description below. It's not a card company, so I don't have a website to link to. But I'll go ahead and link to their video. They may have a few more copies. They may be creating a few more copies later on. As for Felix, I'm going to keep an eye out. If this is the kind of game he's coming up with at 6, I'm really interested to see if he goes into creating more games if we don't have another Steve Jackson on our hand and you know, the next creator of Munchkin and Zombie Dice and things like that. But as always, I do appreciate you watching this video. If you like the content, go ahead and hit like. Let your friends know if you think they're going to like it. They might want to check this out. Hit the subscribe button if you have not, and the little bell notification if you want to be notified.